Was it the incels of Viking Age Scandinavia that started the Viking Age? Was it the young man that could not find a wife that set the whole Viking Age in motion? Now, the reasoning behind that idea is that during the Viking Age in Scandinavia, you had a society that could have created what we refer to as incels today. So men who couldn't find a wife. And the two components that are quite, central here is, first of all, that to marry, you had to have wealth, or in the form of land or cattle, something like that, in most cases. And also, it was a society where men with resources and status would very often have not only a wife, but also one or several mistresses that would have been referred to as friller. And and this kind of creates a situation where the numbers don't add up. There wouldn't have been enough women for all the men. So they looked typically here in Norway to the west, the British Islands, and they thought, oh, maybe there are some women over there. At least that's the idea. And by the way, welcome to my local woods here in Norway. I'm a historical novelist, and I like to walk around dressed like this here in my local woods. I often think that we as modern human beings, we're not really modern at all, are we? We are not that different from people 1,000 years ago, or even further back, of course. So a lot of the things that we see today in society can be found in the past, and we can learn from that. Now, back in 1015, Dudo of Saint Quentin, I believe, he wrote the history of the Normans, and he described that situation where the Norsemen, they couldn't find enough wives in their home country, so they went raiding. So it's not a new idea, and it was seen as an explanation in its time, and you will find the same in the book, the Britannica in 1600s, and it's, I will say, I think it's only part of the explanation for the Viking Age, but there is something there that cannot be ignored. It was back in 2019. There was some research that was published, and that research said that in societies where you have multiple wives, the attacks on other groups, other ethnic groups, like neighboring ethnic groups, are much more frequent. Now, I've talked about why the Viking Age started here on this channel before, and there are many theories and many ideas, and I think that there's probably many reasons why the Viking Age happened. And I'm thinking about mostly, the raiding and the settling in areas outside of Scandinavia. And one of those could have been that it was, at least at the beginning, seen as a pushback against the spread of Christianity. Another important aspect would probably have been acquiring wealth. Not necessarily only because it would make you a more suitable husband, but because you could then use that wealth to either establish yourself as a farmer with cattle, or you could hire warriors and go fighting your opponents, so to speak, back in Scandinavia. So we're probably looking at several reasons why the Viking Age started. And I'm not saying that the Vikings were incels. That's obviously that not true. That's not true. But there is something to that idea. Please do let me know what you think. Do you have any ideas about why the Viking Age started? And are we seeing something? Are we seeing similarities in today's society? Please let us know in the comment section. I think that history is so fascinating because not only is it a window into the past, but it also teaches us about the present. And by the way, if you find this information useful or entertaining or interesting, please help out this channel by subscribing. It really helps, and it also tells YouTube that you want to see real, authentic videos, not the AI slop that is kind of destroying YouTube at the moment. You will never see AI here on this channel, and I promise to stay authentic and real. So if you can, hit that subscribe button, and yeah, thank you for that. It really matters. And another thing, I just want to show you my belt pouch that I bought at the Viking festival this weekend. Look at this, isn't that nice? It's good to help out the real authentic crafts people out there. They do some important work keeping the past, keeping us remembering the past, I would say. So yeah, worth all the money. It wasn't that expensive, but absolutely worth the money. Now, I didn't see any nisser, the little goblins in the woods here this time, but as I've told you before, when people don't subscribe to my channel, they get angry at me and they throw pine cones and stuff at me, and so it's not so nice. It's not so nice. So yeah, please remember to subscribe to the channel. I mean, I promised you guys I would eat some dried fish when if this channel reaches 1 million subscribers, which would be awesome. Not so much the dried fish, but reaching 1 million subscribers. Okay. Thank you for watching, and check out one of the other videos that should pop up here on the end screen.